Okay, gonna do something a little different today. Going to do an actual movie review. I don't really do movie reviews, but I've been back in the Superman kick a little bit. Superman's my number one favorite DC comic book character, and this was a movie I bought quite a. I think I bought this maybe last year. I found the DVD of this at half price books for like $6. It's a cartoon movie from 2006. It's called Brainiac Attacks. There's been a few reviews for this on YouTube. I see about maybe 4 or 5 reviews for this DVD. And since I'm a Superman fan, I wanted to, just for fun and be creative, I wanted to do my own review and share my opinion with this cartoon movie with the world. Basically, the plot of this is let's see, Lex Luthor and Mercy. Lex Luthor has this big device, $1 million device, to I think try to defeat Brainiac, and Brainiac comes down from space and crashes in his big, whatever you call it, factory, not factory, but plant, and tries to suck all the information. Then Superman comes down and of course defeats Brainiac, has a pretty big fight, and Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen are trying to get pictures, try to get the press and everything, and so Brainiac is defeated by Superman, and they confront Lex Luthor and Mercy. Lois Lane questions him, and basically when Superman, Jimmy Olsen, and actually even before they leave, Luthor finds a piece of Brainiac and stuffs it in his pocket. So, Brainiac and Lex Luthor and Mercy wasn't prepared to do this, as you can see. Lex Luthor and Mercy go back to the lab, and Luthor hooks up Brainiac to some kind of electrical device to reprogram him and promise him, taking over another world if Luthor can take over Metropolis. And he rebuilds him with this big suit, because Brainiac is completely demolished into pieces when Superman defeats him. He blows all the cool air on him, freezes him up, gives him a huge punch, and it's broken. But Luthor got that main piece that can rebuild Brainiac. So he rebuilds Brainiac, and there's a big plot to try to, defeat Superman and everything. And it's actually, I actually like this movie, to be honest with you. I think this is a really good movie. A lot of people I've seen on YouTube and also on Amazon. I read reviews on Amazon after I watched it because I didn't want any spoilers, but I watched the reviews and I read the reviews on Amazon, and a lot of people really don't like this movie, and some people say because it was too different from the 2000 series of the Superman animated series. Well, I never saw that because by the time that came on television, I had stopped watching television. But I do remember the cartoon series in the early 90s, the Superman animated series in the early 90s, when I was very young. I was in elementary school. It shows you how old I am. So I've never seen the show, which is probably why I like this movie. Had I seen the show, this might be a disappointment to me. But I actually do quite like this movie quite a bit. One reviewer, I can't remember his name, but he's done a lot of comic book movies, animated, and I think live action. He reviewed this, and he said one thing that he didn't really like about this was it's kind of like 3 stories in one. This movie shows it tells a story in like 3 different stories. Well, I kind of thought that was pretty cool. I liked that approach. That was one of the things I really liked about Brainiac Attacks. I thought was really good. But I can see why that wouldn't work for everybody. So yeah, Brainiac is rebuilt, and he starts to destroy Metropolis, or tries to destroy Metropolis. Lois Lane, before all that happens, Lois Lane and Clark Kent are in the restaurant because they have to do a food critic thing, because the food critic got sick from food poisoning from some job she had doing food critiquing. Sorry, I'm a little out of it right now. And there's a fight scene between Brainiac and Superman, and both of them get the kryptonite in them. And one critique I will say, one thing I really didn't like is it gives them these like raccoon type eyes, and Lois Lane is really, really ill and on the verge of dying, and Superman has to go to the Phantom Zone just to get this formula that she needs to keep her alive. But they have these weird raccoon eyes, and that looked stupid to me. I didn't really like the way that looked. That was the only thing I really didn't like about this movie. Other than that, I think the movie is really good. Won't give away the ending. If you want to see this, you can rent it on YouTube. Or actually, the movie might actually be broken up into different parts, and you can watch it for free. If you're a Superman fan, you've probably already seen this movie. A lot of you Superman fans probably already have this movie. But it's a pretty good buy, and I've heard you could probably find these at Big Lots. Or if you have a half-price book where you live, I'd look for this. But I actually like Brainiac Attacks. And I'm sorry for all the Superman fans that don't like it. But I think this is a pretty good movie. I thought it was a lot better than Doomsday. That was a movie I didn't quite like too much. But that's for another review, I guess. I can review Doomsday later. But Doomsday is definitely worth watching once. It's worth owning if you're a Superman collector. But, if I'm going to grade this, because I always like grade, CDs and DVDs that I have, and I don't usually do reviews that much anymore, but I decided to do this one. I enjoyed this. I watched it again last night for the second time, and I liked it the first time I saw him, I liked it the second time I saw him. I'm going to give this an A. I like it. I really do. It's not for everybody. If you go on Amazon, it got an average rating of 3.5 stars, and I remember before I bought the DVD, I just wanted to see what the rating was, and it got a disappointing rating, but I liked it. A lot of people critique the fact they didn't like how Lex Luthor was kind of a sarcastic smartass in this, that he was doing kind of had like some really sarcastic jokes and was being humorous. People didn't like that about him. I thought that was pretty funny. I liked some of the little jokes that he made in there. But anyway, I say check it out. Superman fans, if you already have this in your collection, tell me what you thought about Brainiac Attacks and what animated movies you did like, what you didn't like, what you have in your collection. I'd like to hear from you Superman collectors out there. But my opinion, I like Brainiac Attacks. It gets an A. I like the artwork. I like the animations. I really like the way they made the artwork look. Not all comic book movies or TV series have good artwork to them. But I like this. This looks really good. It's a good mid-2000s film, and definitely worth it for the collection. So Brainiac Attacks gets an A. That's my review. Hope you enjoyed that. Just another review for Brainiac Attacks to put on YouTube. There's about maybe 6 of them now because of me. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I think it's got to be at least 6 from what I've seen. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side with another video. Not sure what the next idea will be. I've got like 2 weeks and I think 3 days left of Toys R Us, and then I'll be out of a job. So that means 2 more paychecks left. And yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. I will see you on YouTube with another video. See you on the flip side. And thanks for watching. Have a good evening, everybody. Good night.